Hey there YouTube, this is 101 Bronson back here again, and today we're actually going to be taking a look at my horror movies on DVD and Blu-ray. And while I do own quite a few, I mean this is the pile right here, the pile of movies, I still consider it to be quite modest. There's still a lot of horror movies that I'm yet to collect. Anyway, this is a great start, so let's go over them. For this video I actually put some of my horror action figures on the background, so yeah, it's just something to fill up the background a little bit. Usually I keep them right there in on my shelves, but anyway, let's go. And some movies, like the first one we're going to cover, might not necessarily be a horror movie, but I do consider them horror movies. Definitely this one, Alien, the original 1979 Alien. Ridley Scott directed. Great musical score by Jerry Goldsmith. I love this movie, Alien. I love it. Next up, Aliens. James Cameron directed this one. Great sequel, probably one of the best sequels ever made. For a lot of people it's like, which one is better, the Alien, the first one, or Aliens? I still am a huge fan of the first one, but I do admit that the second one is a really fantastic movie as well. It all depends on your own taste and your particular mood for movies. If you're in the mood for action movie, sci-fi action movie, it's Aliens. If you're in the mood for a sci-fi horror movie, it's Alien. So you got the best of both worlds there. And then we have the disappointing sequel, Alien 3. Slightly better in the director's cut, or the assembly cut I believe it's called. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Alien sequels after the second one. So Resurrection I thought had some okay moments though. Overall I liked it better than the third one, but there's still a lot of problems with it. Yeah, there you go. Alien Resurrection. And then we have AVP, Alien vs Predator. Nothing special on the back there, but yeah, Alien vs Predator, which I actually thought was okay. I actually did like Alien vs Predator. I thought it was an okay film. I don't own the second one, but I do own the first of the new Alien movies, Prometheus, and haven't seen it yet, actually, because I heard a lot of negative things about it. Especially there was this interview with Quentin Tarantino, which he did in 2012 on promoting Django Unchained, where he was on the Craig Ferguson show, and he said something like, "Yeah, I saw Prometheus, but it was a lot of dumb stuff in it." There was like this part that he described from the movie where they go to this alien planet, and there's a space cobra that shows up. It opens up its fangs, and then the scientist guy in charge of alien animals goes, "Hey there, little feller." And once I heard Tarantino describe that scene, I was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty dumb. I mean, hey little fella. The space cobra. But yeah, I haven't seen Prometheus yet, so yeah, I'm gonna save further comment on it until I actually see the damn thing. But next up is the Chucky franchise. Well, it's not complete, but I do own a few of the movies. Child's Play, the original, 1987 I believe, 1986, 87, 88, 88, yeah. I thought it was like 87, but apparently according to the DVD it's 1988. But Chucky, I love it. Definitely one of my favorite horror movies, franchises. Then we have Child's Play 2, or in Germany they call it Chucky 2, which makes sense, but yeah. Good sequel, I liked it. Child's Play 3 I thought was nah, but it still had some enjoyable moments. Yeah, it was okay. And then the franchise kind of goes down quickly with Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky. I did enjoy parts of Bride of Chucky, and I do like the character of Tiffany. I think Jennifer Tilly does a great job as that character. But Seed of Chucky though, yeah. I mean, the freaking movie is called Seed of Chucky. I mean, if that's not summing it up perfectly there, the title literally has a sperm. Yeah. I can't even describe it, but Seed of Chucky, it didn't really do it for me. Next up is the original Friday the 13th. I desperately need to pick up more because this is actually the only Friday movie that I own. It is a great steelbook edition though. And I have seen pretty much all of the Friday movies, but the only one that I own is the first one, which doesn't even have Jason in it, so yeah, there you go. I do own pretty much all of these movies. Halloween. The original 1978 John Carpenter classic. Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasance. I mean, I love this movie. I mean, Michael Myers is probably my biggest action figure that I owned back there. I mean, that pretty much sums up how much I love him, and well, not necessarily him, but the character, you know. I love him as a horror icon. And here, Halloween 2, the sequel from 1981. I shot him 6 times! I love Donald Pleasance in these movies. Halloween 2, I think, is a great sequel. Definitely an underrated Halloween movie. Now, what the hell went wrong with this movie, though, I will never know. But Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, a German Blu-ray. I do love the cover art right there. I mean, this has nothing to do with the movie, but I like it. The movie itself, nah, not a big fan. Next up is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, with what's her name? Danielle Harris is in the movie. You know, the kid, Jamie. She's cute as hell, by the way, Danielle Harris. I think she's fantastic. And the movie itself, Halloween 4, I thought was a good return to form, actually. After the disappointing Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, definitely a step up. Then we have Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. One thing though, I was never really a fan of how the mask evolved in the sequels. Just give me the original mask, because yeah, I don't like the design of the mask for the sequels. And then we have probably one of the worst Halloween movies, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Yeah, this really isn't a good movie. A lot of problems. I do understand that there's a producer's cut, which is like a different kind of version of the movie, which apparently does solve a lot of the problems that the movie has, but I haven't seen it yet, so I cannot comment on that, but definitely would like to check it out someday. But then we had a soft reboot with Halloween H2O. Jamie Lee Curtis returned for this one. And I actually cannot really comment on this because I've only seen this movie once. I thought it was okay, but from what I can remember, right? I thought it was okay, but yeah, the level of the Halloween movies definitely went down after the fourth one, I think. Carmelade, I can't even talk when describing this movie. Halloween Resurrection. Yeah, this is the worst of the worst, in my opinion. I thought this was a terrible movie. I hated this movie. Frickin' Busta Rhymes, man. what the hell were they thinking? And Jamie Lee Curtis is credited on the DVD, and she's featured on the DVD, and she's in the movie for what, 10 minutes? At most, right? Only own it to complete the series, because otherwise, you know. Then we had in the wake of that terrible film, we had a reboot / remake, and I don't really like remakes that much, but I thought this one was decent. I thought it was okay. The Rob Zombie Halloween movie, which I thought it had a lot of dumb stuff in it. It added some dumb stuff that was not in the original, like a lot of backstory on Michael Myers, which we don't actually need, right? But it's in there. And then we had Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which I didn't really like that much. I wasn't a huge fan of this. Yeah, Rob Zombie, in my opinion, the first one was okay. It's watchable. Not too many issues with the movie actually, but Halloween 2, yeah. Then we do have the 2018 Halloween, called Halloween. Great return to form, in my opinion. This I saw it in theaters, and of course, obviously, I now own the Blu-ray. I like this movie. I am really excited for the sequel that they're gonna do, Halloween Kills. I believe that's coming out this year. Well, if we're all still alive by that point, right? Because, you know, the virus that's going on right now. Anyway, next up is the It movies. It Chapter 1, I guess you can call it now, because there is now It Chapter 2. But this is part 1. And then It Chapter 2, right there. I also actually have it right here. I'm planning on rereading it. I do have the Stephen King novel. Well, this is more like a Bible. I mean, come on. How many pages is this book? Okay, this version counts 1,162 pages. Yeah, I haven't read that book yet, but not fully at least. I've made it about halfway through. In my opinion, I'm just gonna watch the movies because, you know, reading that book takes up a lot of freaking time. But I just wanted to show you, I do own the book. But we're not here to talk about books. We're here to talk about movies. And next up is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. That's a mouthful. I actually need a drink of something. Wet the old whistle, because otherwise... No, the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. The Freddy collection, right? From Germany. This actually contains all of them. Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, was it? Wait, let me actually pull them out quickly. So, wait. We have the first one, Freddy's Revenge. Oh, that's actually... yeah, Dream Warriors is the third one. Right there. Then we have Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. Right there. Part 5 is The Dream Child. Right there. Then we have part 6 is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. And then we have Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Nightmare on Elm Street 7. There we go. The Freddy collection, which I like. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. My favorite horror franchise is still Halloween, but I think Freddy is a great second. Either Freddy or Jason, one of the two. I don't know. Anyway, next up is another Stephen King adaptation, The Shining. Well, I think Stephen King would disagree, but that's another topic. The Shining from Stanley Kubrick. Great movie, I love it. This is the DVD. I have the Blu-ray in my Jack Nicholson collection, which I might do after this. Actually, maybe. I do own a lot of Jack Nicholson movies, and he's still an actor that we're yet to cover his movies. So, anyway, Shining, classic. I love it. I also own the novel, which I did read all the way through, and honestly, I don't know what the hell Stephen King is bitching about, with all due respect. Because I've read the book, I've seen the movie countless of times, I've read the book once. The story is pretty much the same. True, Stanley Kubrick takes some liberties here and there, but you're gonna get that with pretty much every adaptation. I mean, Stephen King, even with the It movies, they take some liberties here and there, right? But no, do you hear Stephen King complain about that? No, I don't think so. Anyway, enough of Stephen King and The Shining. I love The Shining. The book and the movie I love. Next up is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original 1974 classic, which I think is a pretty fantastic movie. Nothing too special, it is really low budget, but the first time you hear that chainsaw coming in about an hour into the movie, oh my, it's on. And then we have the remake, which, like I said, I'm not a fan of remakes, but I actually owned this one before I ever saw the original. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003. There you go. And then they made a sequel slash prequel. I don't know what exactly, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, which I actually have not seen all the way through. I think I've seen the first 20 minutes or something of it, and I turned off. I wasn't in the mood at the time for the film, so I can't comment on it. But speaking of original versus the remake, give me the original, because the original just has some special charm to it. Because it was made in the 70s, because it was low budget. Yeah, you cannot really replicate that in 2003 with a Michael Bay actually producing, right? Yeah, Michael Bay produced this, so yeah. Anyway, we do have one more to talk about. John Carpenter's The Thing. I really have to own some more Carpenter horror movies like The Fog and Christine. Unfortunately, I do not own those movies, but I do own The Thing. And see, the thing about this is, no pun intended, this is a very thick box, special edition from Germany once again. Actually contains a lot of goodies, which I am going to show you. First, we actually have the movie itself. Great artwork on it. And the thing is, the movie has, the case here actually has 3 discs. This one on the right is the original movie, The Thing, the actual movie. And then we have the bonus disc in the middle, and the left here is the 2011 prequel of The Thing. And that one I haven't seen yet, but I've heard that it's actually pretty decent, so I might check it out. The original 1982 The Thing is a great movie though. I actually own one of the posters that came in this box. I have it on my wall right there. You cannot see it, but it is there. Then we actually have a quite substantial booklet, which is a lot of pages. It has like, behind the scenes pictures, sketches, like artwork, storyboards right there. Like I said, artwork and stuff like that, which is a really great booklet. It talks about the entire production of the movie, the music by Ennio Morricone, which we're gonna get to. Great edition. And then we do, it's still sealed, I really have to give it a listen, but it's the soundtrack of the thing by Ennio Morricone. Here's the track listing right there. I actually have to listen to it, but because I love Ennio Morricone, he's my favorite movie composer. I've mentioned him a few times in the Spaghetti Western DVD collection overview, because obviously he does a lot of music. He did a lot of music for those movies, but pretty much if there's a movie with Ennio Morricone music, I'm intrigued, because usually his music elevates the movie to another level. And then they throw this little goodie in it, a US Outpost 31 patch, right, from the US Antarctica Research Program. But it's like a little patch, you can actually put it on your clothes, like on this polo shirt right here that I'm wearing right now. I could actually sew it under, like, wait, I have a patch right there. It's actually on the polo, it's from it, but in theory I could put it like right there on the other side of the polo shirt, and I have one polo there and one patch there and one patch there. It's a really neat little goodie in my opinion. I mean, they didn't have to throw this in, and I'm probably not going to use it, but if you want to, it's there. And then we actually have a poster that is in there, and this is the German poster. Look at that, that's Kurt Russell, of course, who's in the movie, great. And then it's double-sided, so there's one on the other side right there. And the original poster, the theatrical poster, that is the one that I actually have on my wall. This one I keep in the box. Then we actually have some postcards, or art cards if you will, which I'm also going to show you. Let's save this one for last. See, it's like a little poster, mini poster actually. Come on. Japanese, I guess. And then an actual postcard from the boys at the US Antarctica Research Program. Wish you were here. Yeah. I don't want to be in Antarctica right now, but well, with the whole virus that's going on, maybe, but who's to say the virus won't reach there, right? Anyway, those are the postcards. Now we have to get this over it again, which is sometimes easier said than done. Oh, here we go. And then, as a final bonus, you actually get the short story in a book, paperback, Who Goes There by John W. Campbell, the original short story that the movie The Thing is based on. It is actually the full mini novel. This has 76 yeah, about 76 to 74, 75 pages. Actually also has some illustrations in it. Great little edition to have. So yeah, that's pretty much is everything that is in there. The Thing itself, the movie, like I said, great movie, I love it. Great John Carpenter movie. Cult classic. It wasn't well received back in the day, but definitely gathered a cult following, deservedly so. And with that, that wraps up my horror movie collection on DVD and Blu-ray. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, actually, of course, this is the Blu-ray of The Thing, so just throwing that out there quickly before I forget. There wasn't a special DVD edition, there was a Blu-ray edition. So yeah, those are all my horror movies. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, there's still a whole bunch of movies left to get, like the Jason movies and some more Stephen King stuff. Like I said, with John Carpenter, Christine. The Dead Zone from Stephen King. I do own the book. Misery, Cujo, those type of things, right? Because I'm a huge Stephen King fan, I do have quite a number of his books, actually, his novels. So yeah, those are my horror movies, and up next I think I'm going to be doing my Jack Nicholson DVD collection, and then we're pretty close to getting to the end, to me having showed you everything that's in my collection so far. We still have Jack Nicholson to cover, Sean Connery, Robert De Niro, and my favorite actor, Al Pacino. And then we have some update stuff left, like some new Clint Eastwood movies that I have, and yeah, I do have a lot of TV shows. That's also going to be one video left. My James Bond movies, I have them right there. We still have to show those. But other than that, we pretty much, I'm showing you everything in my collection, and it's going fast. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for watching, and so long for now.